Check.
Check. Yeah, mine works.
Oh, it's backwards though.
Yeah, it is backwards. It's trippy because I'm right here.
All right. What's up? Hello, everybody,
How's it going?
and welcome.
Yes.
We're starting a podcast. Yeah. Welcome. We're in our home gym right now, which we have called it the 2615 gym.
That's right.
It's not done though. We're, as you can see back there, there's a sauna. We actually just built that. It's been amazing. We've been using it for like, how long now? Maybe a week?
Like a week. Yeah.
It's been amazing. It's been so good. We have the bare essentials, and we haven't really revealed anything completely yet. But depending on when this goes up, you probably have already seen on our accounts, social media accounts, the process of building it, of painting it. We set up lights and everything, but we'll try and make something soon.
Yeah.
That's like more, a proper reveal of the gym. But yeah.
And it's been fun because the foundation of this is all calisthenics. And calisthenics, we're training like calisthenics athletes right now.
Yes. Yeah, so it's been a journey for sure. If you've seen any of our stuff, it's pretty humbling, the exercises that you have to do. Joe's been going through it.
I've been struggling.
Those pike push-ups.
Hey, but I've been doing it.
Yeah, you have.
I've been doing it.
The form's been pretty improving.
And you know what?
Great.
I feel like I've gotten stronger as well.
Yeah. You have also gotten more flexible, I've seen. So that's really good.
Yeah.
You're really getting deep. Anyway.
My mobility's been awful.
Oh, yeah, we can yap about that forever. But you've probably seen it too. So anyway, this is so why are we doing this? We've found that while we work out, well, maybe we start with the name.
Yeah.
We're thinking of calling this podcast In Between Sets. The In Between Sets podcast. And the reason for that is because we have found that during our workouts, we have the best conversations.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they are in between the sets. And
They're deep.
they're so good that not for some reason, they're so good that they get long.
Yeah.
And then they take forever. And we sometimes find that we don't even want to keep working out because we're having such a good conversation.
Yeah.
And so that's just the nature of a good workout, I feel.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to, and sometimes those conversations we've blessed each other.
Yeah.
And we feel like it could bless other people.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing right here is we're trying to open up a space to hopefully start a conversation, us during a workout, and be like, whoa, hold up, this would be great to talk about on like a podcast.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Save it, pin it, bring it here to this space. The same space where we would have them while we work out back there. So, yeah.
No, that's so good. And you know what's really cool too? It's like, I feel like God's really stirred this idea. Wanting to do this, having to sit down, letting it be something that we know has blessed us, but we know that we can bless others. And so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We'll talk a lot about like some random things here and there. We yap a lot about, we're nerds for different things.
Yeah, we are.
A lot of things, but we'll talk a lot about working out. We're huge on routine and discipline.
Yeah.
And it's really changed our lives.
Yeah.
We're also faith guys.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about us, one thing you'll know is that we are Bible believing,
Yes.
Jesus following,
Yes.
Holy Spirit driven,
Yes.
bunch of men.
So good.
So you will hear a lot about God and the Bible and things that have changed our lives. And we have our own faith journeys.
Yeah.
But I guess we could properly introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
You should start.
Yeah. And I'll say this because I
Respect
think
my
it's
elders.
so cool because it's like, it's faith brought us together, right? You going into the program that you're going to do and all of that. And then fitness kind of just created that brotherhood and helped us. So it's really cool how these things, and then we just have been able to just have some adventures that
Yeah.
But introducing ourselves, I'm Joe, born and raised in Houston, Texas. I love the city of Houston. I've been many places. I lived in Puerto Rico for 2.5 years. I lived in San Antonio for like 4 summers of my life. But I love Houston. It's just home, and that's a little bit about me. What else was it? What else?
When and how did you find Jesus
Oh wow.
for yourself?
Yeah.
And then you could also maybe tie it into like fitness.
Yeah.
Maybe start with like your testimony and then go into like
Yeah.
how you started working out and taking care about your body and stuff.
For sure. And so I'll start off with my faith. I grew up in church. My mom says that we were going to church when I was 2 years old. So I grew up in church. But like most kids, a lot of that is just your parents' faith for a long time. And it was that, like, and I love church. I can remember being in like Sunday school and like they would ask questions and I wanted to answer and I feel like I knew the answers, you know. But then, and we can talk about this more maybe in another episode, but like, you know, my dad was in an accident when I was 9, and that completely shifted things in my life. And we didn't go to church as often, but there were members of the church that would pick us up to take us to church, and that, looking back, like I'm so grateful for that. I mean, I was grateful then, but even more grateful now. And for me, it wasn't until I was 13 at a summer camp that it really became personal. I remember I just felt the Holy Spirit, and I still remember the campsite. I still remember being at the altar and just there. And like, I remember it was like, oh no, this is mine now. It's not just my parents, you know? And so that was the beginning for me. And then at 15, so that was like 2 years later, I was completely sold out. I went to a program called Impact Now, and I was like, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna serve you, God, and anything that I do, I just want it to be of that. And my mom tells me a story when she was pregnant with me that she basically told God, like, you know, he's yours. Whatever you want to do with his life, he's yours. And I'm grateful. I've seen that. And like, but that was it. That was personal for me. And then from there, it's just been an adventure. Like I said, I got to do a few more summers in San Antonio. That's where Impact Now was at. And then I did Puerto Rico. I did that for I graduated high school, went and did that. And so that's a little bit of my faith journey. Fitness wise, I've never really had one. I think the gym's always intimidated me. I've always been scared of the gym. I think I just
Scary place.
It's a scary place.
You've never been, and yeah.
And maybe this isn't that, like, it shouldn't be in the back of my head, but I've always just been, I don't want to be a meme because of like bad form or like, you know, people
Like,
using a
you've seen
machine.
some videos,
Oh,
right?
I've seen videos.
People get recorded doing some weird stuff.
And I've never wanted
don't
to
wanna
be
be
a
that
meme. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But I've also learned that there's growth in that, because when we worked out, like, I've been that guy, but you've helped me get better. You've called me out. You've called me out on my form. You've called me out on maybe I'm not going hard enough. Like, I'm giving up too early, too soon, and I can do more, you know? So, but I remember wanting to do the gym. I've had friends like James, who I've gone to the gym with, Jay, who I would go to the gym with, trying to understand the gym. I think it was a little bit like around 2018, I found out I had severe sleep apnea. So like, I wasn't breathing while I was sleeping, and it was severe. It was intense. And they were like, you need to lose weight. I was at my heaviest there at like 235 pounds. And I was a big boy, and I didn't realize I gotten that big. I think I'm a stress eater. I'm an emotional eater. So if I'm stressed out, I want to eat. If I'm feeling happy, I want to eat. If I'm sad, I want to eat.
And what were we eating?
We were just eating junk food.
Junk food?
It's crazy because we talk about this because we don't eat junk food like that anymore. No. I was eating I was going to eat fast food for lunch. I was eating fast food for dinner. It was rough.
Yeah.
And so that was just bad habits, and I wasn't working out. But when that happened, when I got that, when I was told that I had severe sleep apnea, I started to. They were like, "You need to take care of this." I had to start doing things, and one of them was I wanted to go to the gym, and my friend, my old boss, Jose, he started going to a place called Orange Theory, and Orange Theory was like it's a HIIT workout class setting, and he was talking about. I mean, I saw a change in him. He lost a lot of weight.
He was getting lean.
He was getting lean, and he was locked in, and I remember when we worked together, like, and I know he remembers, like we would like look at each other and be like, Canes, you know, we would go get a Coke, and like, you know, it was just, we had to have a Coke type, you know, after, during lunch, for work. And it was like, and when he made that change, I was like, oh, I want to do that. So that really encouraged me. So I started going to Orange Theory. And you know who else? You know who else talked about Orange Theory?
Who?
Robert Madu.
Is that where he says he goes?
That's where he went. I don't know if he still goes there, but he was
changed his life?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, I enjoy that workout setting. And so that for me became like, oh,
Yeah.
like, and I remember it was
Shout
around
out.
that time. So
Shout
that-
out Pastor Robert
Yeah,
Madu.
shout out Pastor Robert Madu and shout out Jose.
crazy. Orange Theory.
Yeah, Orange Theory. So that's where it started. Like I started getting consistent. It was in a class setting. I was very locked in. Like I would go into the class, kind of not talk to anyone. I was just going there for the mission of working out. And so that made me feel comfortable with like
Sweating and
yeah,
moving
yeah,
and being around
yeah.
people. And
It's like your heart rate, you
tiring
know,
out,
getting, yeah. And so, and then it wasn't until we met that I got the most serious about it. And what's funny is we meet, and the morning we meet, I break my toe. I fracture it in two
that's
spots.
a story. That is a story.
And yeah.
We should, I don't know. Maybe
We'll
we could-
save that?
We could probably
Okay,
save that
we'll save
story
that. We'll
of
save
how
that.
we met, because
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's such a God story.
But wait, how long were you consistent in Orange Theory for?
What was tricky about Orange Theory is I got consistent in 2019, and then 2020 COVID happens.
Okay,
so
you
all
stopped
gyms
in 2020.
all gyms, like,
and then you kind of just stopped working out?
I stopped working out because like the gym at our apartment complex was closed. Everything was like, you know,
Yeah.
you couldn't go into any setting like that. Orange Theory wasn't open, so I would just run. Now in 2020, I lost a lot of weight.
And you were still eating the same? Or what were you doing
In
nutrition-wise?
2020, I wasn't eating the same because in 2020 is actually when we were in an apartment complex, and we jokingly called it like the dorms because so many of us that worked in the same place ended up like living there. So my friends Sarah and Inmer, she is an awesome cook, and so
Okay,
she
so
would
homemade
cook
meals.
stuff. She started
Those are
doing
good.
homemade meals, and so I was a very picky eater. I wouldn't eat fruits, vegetables.
Still is.
I've gotten better. I've gotten better.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Progress,
about
progress.
Yeah, there's progress. We'll talk about like some of the meals that I've done and like or that we've learned to cook, because now we basically like
Everything.
95% of what we eat,
Yeah.
or even greater, we make ourselves. So I've learned how to cook. You've taught me so much, and then like I just went in and started wanting to learn more, and we tried some recipes, some hits, some misses,
Yes, a lot of misses. Trial and error.
Trial and error. So like smoothie wise, she had something called That Health Grind at that time. And so she was kind of just cooking and trying recipes, and they had leftovers or they would have extras, and I would benefit. You know, she would bless me with that. She'd be like, hey, you want some? I'd be like, yeah.
Yes.
So I just started, trying stuff. And so that helped me out.
Okay. So you were eating cleaner,
I was eating cleaner.
but you kind of stopped working out because everything
I stopped
closed.
working out, but I was running a lot.
You were running.
So I lost weight during that time. And then when Orange Theory opened back up again, it wasn't the same. It was different. The formats were different. But I went back, and but it wasn't like
It wasn't the same.
it wasn't the same. And then after that, a few things happened in life. There's not a lot of consistency on my end, so I get back to my bad eating habits, and so I gained weight again. And so it wasn't till when we meet. the toe thing happens. We meet. We can't work out. We can't do anything activity wise for like 6 weeks, almost 2 months. But
Yeah.
after that, we start going to the gym and we lock in.
Yeah.
Like we start going consistently. That's the beginning of the routines that we've created. And I think what helped me was, when someone's making fun of me, it doesn't work for me. Like I don't thrive 100%, but when someone's challenging me, and we've learned, we can joke about that. You can make fun, but like there's also the side where you're like teaching me, correcting my form. You're a very patient person. And also I think I was just eager to learn. So that helped with getting to a place where we're at now. Because now it's like, at the end of last year, there was a different understanding of the gym, and I felt, I wasn't intimidated by the gym. Before I would like get a gym membership because I wanted to get started, but all I would do is go walk on the treadmill,
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people do that.
Yeah,
like
to
they
start.
just go to the treadmill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot of things with Jay, and then you just took that to another level with like understanding the gym. And then this year we completely shook it up with calisthenics.
Yes.
So it was like going back to the start again.
Yeah. For me too, like brand new for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, now Joe's ripped. His biceps. He has them covered now because he's humble. I should have been dressed more humble too. But
a little bit more humble.
yeah, that's my bad.
But that's me. What about you?
I could blur it out. Okay, yeah. So about me, let's see. I was born. I didn't introduce myself.
Yeah. Introduce yourself.
So my name is Fernando David Rivera Alonso. I'm 26 years old. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. And I've lived a couple of places as well. I left home when I was around 22. I finished community college back home in Miami, but then I moved to Phoenix, Arizona to finish school. I graduated there, and then I moved to Houston, and now I'm here. And it's just been amazing. But a little bit about my faith journey. So I grew up a pastor's kid. My parents started a church where I was born. Actually, the year before I was born, actually.
So you grew up into that.
Oh yeah, I was
Born and raised in that.
grew up in the church.
Yeah.
My parents, actually both of our parents, were both Salvadorians.
Yeah, that's right.
Los dos somos del Salvador.
Del Salvador.
Shout out to all the Salvis.
Yes.
So yeah, my parents moved.
That's where that name came from.
Yes, that's where that name came from. We're just both Salvadorians, and that's it.
That's
really it. And so yeah, my parents moved to Miami from El Salvador to start a church in '99. I was born in 2000, and so yeah, my whole life I was in church, a pastor's kid, and that comes with its cool stuff, but also it's not so cool stuff. It's just it's a weird way of living. If not done right, I feel like, if not like, guided through it. So yeah, the faith journey of someone that grew up the way I did it's very difficult to find for your own.
Yeah.
And so you rely a lot on like the faith of your parents and the faith of pastors and the faith of your leaders, and it's never really something genuine for yourself. And so I struggled with that. It wasn't until maybe high school where I was the most rebellious, because I remember my parents put me in a Christian school. Throughout middle school and elementary school, I went to a public school. So I guess I felt like I had a different world outside of church. Like I had my church friends and church people, and then I could go to school, and then I had my other world. But then I guess I was scared of going to a Christian school because I felt like it would be the same world as my church world. And so, I don't know, I guess I felt the most rebellious going into high school. And so I did a lot of just like rebellious things, and so, things I'm not really proud of, but.
What's the most rebellious thing you've done? No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, we'd have to.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, it was more of like a mindset, just like, man, I remember thinking like there's got to be something else outside of
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
outside of church. But I didn't really know. I just was too young, or I had the wrong idea of God, and knowing that God is actually everything. God is in everything. Out of everything came God. Out of God came everything. And so God found me really, like, and it wasn't necessarily one specific moment. I know a lot of people, like, when they talk about their testimonies and their stories of salvation, they can like remember the moment,
Yeah.
like that one single moment where like God touched their hearts and they're like, yes, like I'm all in. But for me, I don't really have that. It's been more of like a culmination of moments,
Yeah.
kind of like stacking moments where I can feel God's presence and I can feel his love over me, and his mercy, really, like him reaching out for me during those years of high school was mercy, really, and grace, like him giving me a chance to to do something different, you know?
Yeah.
And so I remember it was junior year in high school where God started like giving me opportunities to share about him to classmates. And so I remember in the cafeteria, I got to like just have, I remember I used to answer Bible questions to friends of mine that really were struggling with their faith, or really just didn't care for it,
Yeah.
but were curious about it, to ask.
Yeah.
And I had the answers, but not because I was necessarily passionate about them. I was just grateful enough to grow up in church and hearing so much scripture and so much Bible and so much of truth, really, that it's just imprinted in my brain. And so they would ask these questions and be like, oh yeah, it's because of this. And I'm not knowing it, but I'm just so grateful that, like my parents and God just, placing me in the life situation that he did, where I got to absorb so much faith and scripture that I would just have the answers. And I don't even, like, I just have them. I was like, oh yeah, it's this right here. And so through that, God just started giving me like a sense of purpose. And so, I remember I was leading a youth group at the time. In our church, a youth group, and I had high schoolers in my house every single Wednesday night, while I was also a high schooler. So it's not like we're all just there, and I don't know what we're doing. It's me and two other people that were leading it, God just started opening doors. I remember some of my friends from school came and they got saved at the group, and it was just unbelievable. So through those years, God kind of like,
can I just say, like, like he's really equipped you. Do you know what I mean? And he's not done, right?
Yeah.
But I just have to say, because it's like, I'm just excited to see what God does in your life, through your life. Like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's being submerged in it, and not knowing, like, you were like a sponge, like taking it all in, but I'm excited to see that, because I do feel like I've seen, with our life group now, like, when we would go out to eat after a service, and like everyone's just asking Bible questions, and it's a gift, I think, that you have, and it's special, and it's awesome, and like, I'm excited. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I was just like,
thank you.
Man, that's crazy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really just, it's a grace. It's a grace that, like, I can't, throughout my life, I never really did anything to kind of seek that, it's just grateful that I've been placed in, to be honest with you, I've just been in, I don't know how many Sunday services and how many leaders meetings, dragged by my parents, just literally dragging me in through the church doors. And, if you're there because there was no one else to take care of me, I just had to be there.
Yeah.
And so I look back on that now and I cannot be more grateful, for being forced to be in the back row of whatever leaders meeting is going on. And so
good.
Yeah, it's just I've been able to bless people because of that, and
sure.
So just pointing them to God. And so that's a little bit about my faith journey, but it was through those years of high school where my faith in Jesus became real. For me, it became genuine. And same as you, those were the years where I kind of was like, man, I'm all in, when the moments that I was rebellious and I was like pulling back, I was just, I felt so empty. You feel so empty and you feel so purposeless, like it's a terrible feeling. And just, like dedicate my life to showing people that there's something else, there's something way better.
Yeah.
So a little bit about my fitness journey. So my junior year, actually, so during the same time where kind of God is doing a lot in my life, my junior year I take a weight training class. So I have a weight training class, and all I remember is that the professor, that's so college, the teacher,
The gym teacher.
the gym teacher, he didn't really care like whether or not the students came and worked out. He just wanted to make sure you showed up, and if you showed up to the gym, he'd give you an A, you'd pass. So it was like a free class, like a free period. So you just show up, and I remember we just lay down on the benches and just be on our phones for an hour and just do nothing and just yap with whoever else was in class. But so I was like, man, this is amazing. It's a free class, a free period. And so next year, my senior year of high school, I'm like, man, I'm gonna take that class again. It's amazing. I want a free hour. I take it again, but I find out that they changed the teacher. It's a new teacher. This guy is like a drill sergeant. This guy is, oh man, I remember we walked in, he had the workout written out on the whiteboard. He's like, you need to hit 4 sets of each of these, and if I don't see you do it, you fail this class. It's like, oh shoot, what did I get myself into? So you kind of just start, and he just teaches you, and it's basic stuff, but so a year of just working out in weight training class, you kind of just do it, and I graduate, so high school's over, so I don't have that class anymore, and all I remember was like maybe a month into summer, I'm just like, man, I really miss working out. Yeah. And long story short, but the rest is history right there, honestly. I remember my family, we had a membership to YMCA. And as a family, actually, no, it was just me and my dad at first. And then like my family, we all kind of started going. But me and my dad, we just went and we just started just working out. Wow. And so now it's been about 8 years. I graduated in 2018. Damn. Did I say I'm 26? Gosh. Let me not ask over here. Anyway, so what, 8 years? Yeah. 8 years that I've been working out pretty much consistently every day, and it's looked different because I've moved a lot, and so I did a little bit of running, but it's been mostly like weightlifting and strength training, and so.
When did you see or experience the most growth?
I would say those. So I graduate. Mm-hmm. I probably work out for 2 years, and then maybe on that third year, okay, like my last 2 years of community college is when I start kind of like seeing that it works. Yeah, you know, and that speaks a lot to kind of like just a journey to people that are like starting to work out. Like, hope that encourages you that you're not going to see results immediately in 3 months, even like, or at least results that are like, whoa, you're before and after. Like, it took me probably like 2 years, like of every single day, like making decisions that I was like, whoa, like I actually see a completely different person like in the mirror, you know? Yeah. So, but also like, I'm just glad me and my brother, we played sports our whole life. We played basketball since we were little in the backyard, and all the way through high school, we played basketball. And so we had a sense of discipline kind of instilled in us from sports. And so, you kind of just translate that into lifting weights. And so you're just consistent, and it wasn't anything complex at the beginning. I remember looking up YouTube videos and from what I didn't learn already in weight training class. And so it was that. So it wasn't probably in that third year of working out consistently that I saw like a big difference. And then I moved away for college, and then it looked a little bit different, but I'm just glad they had a gym there, and I was able to, I remember they had it in my apartment building. Because the apartments were on campus. It was cool that it was a little gym, but it worked. And man, those were some dark days. I remember just like, man, when you're in college, you just have no sense of a routine, no sense of one. So I remember I'd take pre-workout at like 10 p.m. and I would be in the gym at like 10:30, sometimes 11, and I wouldn't leave till like midnight or 1 in the morning. Get home, eat just a bowl of chicken, and terrible schedule. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? I don't have class till 11 a.m. the next day. I was like, I have the night. I could work out. The gym was a little bit emptier at that time, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, it looks a lot different now, thank God. And then I graduate, I come here, meet Joe, and like you said, we just kind of locked in. Guys, the camera overheated.
Whoa.
That's never happened before. These cameras are not supposed to do that, so let's hope and pray it stays on.
Yes.
But anyway, but yeah, that's kind of my fitness journey a little bit. And so, yeah, it's like Joe was saying, at the beginning of 2026, we just started training differently. I've been lifting pretty much my whole life. And for the year that we've been together with weights and strength training in the gym. And so we just switched it to calisthenics, which if you don't know what that is, calisthenics is pretty much just still strength training, but using only your body weight.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of push-ups.
Yeah.
So many different kinds of push-ups.
Yeah.
Incline push-ups. You're doing
push-ups.
Dips, you're doing pike push-ups. The goal is to be able to do handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
Some freak stuff. A lot of pull-ups.
Yeah.
Weighted pull-ups.
Yeah.
The goals of being able to do like muscle-ups.
Yep.
Which I was finally able to get recently.
Oh, you know what? That's one of the things that we're still missing here.
A what? Oh, a free bar.
Equipment-wise?
Yeah. We're missing a couple of things. We want to get like shelving back there.
Yeah. I want to get some mirrors.
Some mirrors. Yeah, put up some cool signage.
Yep. We have some stuff that we want to do
Yeah.
and then we have to figure out where the cold plunge would go.
Yeah, we need a cold plunge.
Because the thing is, it's been for recovery, primarily like the sauna, the cold plunge, but it's been so good. We did the sauna for a long time consistently, and then we stopped.
Yes.
Because of the gym, we switched. And then, so
they also had a cold plunge at that gym, remember?
They did.
That was crazy.
That was my first cold plunge experience. Oh, we recorded that.
We did record that. That's on this YouTube channel. I think you can go all the way down there.
That's right.
Somewhere in there.
That's right.
Yeah, we did that with my brother and my cousin. I remember.
Oh, that was awesome.
I remember that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about this. But that's also how we've been training recently.
Yeah.
And so we're getting better.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot better.
You did a muscle up for the first time.
I did do a muscle up, for the first time.
Awesome.
I wish I had the camera, but I remember I went to the gym with my mom. She got the video.
She got the video.
Yeah, I got that.
Video cred.
Video credits to Benny Alonso.
She did comment.
That's my mother. She commented on it?
She did. And she did. She got it was awesome.
Oh, I love you, Mom. But yeah, so you want to talk about the brand a little bit?
That's so good. Yeah. So right now we're actually wearing this piece. This is a sweats for 2615. And that's kind of how we call it out, 2615.
It's a brand we're starting of clothing.
Yeah.
Trying to
and
see
it's
where that
really
goes.
just started from like, we're doing videos and it's kind of like the stuff we wear at the gym. You wear sweats at the gym. Like,
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
That's your go-to.
This is true.
Yeah. And then obviously we have crop tees, tanks, and so wanted to do that. This is actually the first pieces we did, but we probably won't drop these. These are like, we have...
There's only 4 of them that exist.
4 of them that exist. You have 2, I have 2. And they are some of my favorite. But what we did is our friends Ramir and Jamie, they have a Cricut. I think that's the name of the machine, right? And so I know Jamie's done stuff with it. So I reached out. I was like, hey, would you be cool with us? And we recorded it. We actually have that. We'll have a piece.
We'll make a video.
Especially whenever we're revealing more about the brand. But so we did these. So it was the 2.6 the front, 1.5 in the back. And they have the diamond, which the diamond was a custom piece that we made just thinking about the line invite pressure into our workouts, into your lives, into whatever we do, and the pressure that it takes to create a diamond. And so I think that was really cool. And then we went to a print shop to sample these and make these. And we were there seeing them do the screens. We were there seeing them, and we also captured all that process. But really excited and really excited to roll it out. I think right now what we've been trying to do is figure out the details. We have like over 20 designs that we've made.
Oh yeah. We can start.
It's just been so fun.
Just need investors.
Yes.
So if you're watching this and you feel the Lord speaking to you about investing into a startup, DM us.
Yeah. Reach out.
If the Lord speaks to you about it. But we're excited about it. We're just having fun on Illustrator and Photoshop, and Joe's going crazy on it.
We've really done a lot, and we've dreamed like summer drops, fall drops, drops with specific,
Yeah.
collaborations. And
And that line, invite pressure, the idea is that diamonds, such a precious jewel,
yeah,
they're really only can be made under a certain kind of pressure. And so that's the idea behind what we feel, or at least the intentionality we have with the discipline in our routine, and not just like working out and lifting weights, but also the way you eat, and like the way you recover and rest, and all of that is just to bring the best version of yourself, not just to not just for you to feel good,
Yeah.
And to look good,
Yeah.
but also for your families, your work. You can bring the best version of yourself to everything you do in life. And so we wanted to put all that on some cool clothes. Clothes that we wear to work out, or at least that I always wear sweats. I am always wearing sweats all the time.
Yeah.
And some cool shirts too. So
Yeah. And so
send us a DM if you feel the move of the Lord. But
and then it'll be awesome whenever it's out, because just wear it at the gym.
Yeah.
Wear it whenever you're working out. But then the other, wear it casually. That's kind of what we talked about
that was
too.
the idea about it too. To make cool clothes that I think is comfortable enough to work out in, but also to wear out. Like to nothing fancy, but like to wear out casually. So pray for us.
Yes.
Pray
You know what's
for
something
us.
that's really cool too, when I think about, you were just sharing about your fitness journey and like what got you to this place. Something that that's really cool that you're doing is you are getting certified to become a personal trainer.
Oh, this is true.
And I want you to talk about that a little bit. But what's something that's really cool, and also started the idea of this, and even just the videos that we do, because it's I think people feel like that there might be a lot of confidence, or even when we're working out, like we just have a lot of confidence, and it's and you want to trust yourself, and I feel like I trust you, which is what guides us through the journey. But we started the videos really because we were working out. We were like, let's just record, right? You had the
for
camera,
fun,
let's just record for fun, and then it started shaping out more into like, okay, well let's do something. We had the name, and it was like, I think about this a lot in our lives, like God takes us through a journey to get us to a place where, and I don't think it's a lack of obedience, but I think it is Him strengthening us and not just jumping to the end goal, but taking us there, helping us grow, helping us understand things. And so the way that we started that was the beginning of what we do, right? Like we just started recording, and then recording our workouts, and it wasn't perfect. My form wasn't great in a lot of them. I'm sure when I look back a few years from now, I'll be like, that's what we were posting.
It's rough.
But that's growth,
Rough
right?
stuff,
That's kind of what you want. Like years from now, you want to look back and be like, oh, I've gotten better. My body is better. My form is better. I'm more confident and things like that when I'm working out. But then that took us into being able to dream up this idea of 2615 and the merch stuff, and even then get us to the point of this podcast with In Between Sets. And it's been a journey, to get us to this point. But like that, I feel so convicted that we need to do this and continue the fitness. But one of the things that you talked a lot about was just the idea of leaders and people, pastors and people in leadership, and wanting to care for their fitness and their health. And like, unfortunately not a lot do. And maybe like me, stress, because it is a stressful role. Because of stress, the eating habits aren't great, things like that. But getting to a place where they do prioritize that, because we're taking care of our bodies, and that not only like gives us clarity of mind and like, but the discipline that it takes. I think it's also something that, same discipline that we have in studying the Bible and reading the Word, like it's the discipline that we practice in all these different areas of our life. The way that we want to be when we're husbands and we're, leading a household, like, the discipline that takes. And, but personal training, I feel like you've been learning a lot, and you've been applying it. You've been nerding out. You'll say words in the middle of a workout that I'm just like, what do you even say? You know what it does remind me of, though? You know how when we watch The Pit, and we've been watching a series called The Pit. And
so good. Watch it.
It's
You're
so
into
good. And like
doctor shows.
Yeah, and Dr. Paul was talking about like that's one of those like shows
real
that's
one.
it's a real
It's a real
representation of what that space looks like. And
Yeah.
but we always joke about like they'll say the words and you're just like, what are you saying? And they'll just, but being in that space, that's their space. I feel like this is your space. You'll say words in the middle of a workout that I'm just like, I don't know. But now you're understanding the body in such a different way and learning about the cardiovascular system and all the different systems. And it's really cool seeing that because it's just the beginning, even in that space. And like, and in your training and you're helping people, I feel like it's fun. Even understanding like, me and my, what is it?
And your
muscle imbalance.
Your muscle imbalance, yeah. Those rear delts are...
yeah. And so, but now I know what
lacking.
I need to prioritize when I'm working out. And, we've done that. That's during the pull workouts, right? We've done that. We've prioritized trying to get back there and strengthening that so that, that helps with my posture. But what's something else, maybe one thing that you've learned recently that...
No, it's so much. And it's a lot because it's... well, yeah, it really was while I've lived with, here with Joe and, we've been roommates and we've been working out that I kind of, it was really through him telling me that like, hey, you can teach this, and so, and I never thought about that. And I was just like, oh, it would be cool to have like a certification or something. And I just really love, just working out. So it just makes you feel good, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like it just brings a lot of good to every other area of your life. And so, why not be able to, because you can share it,
Mm-hmm.
but what about be a professional, be certified and be able to give like good and maybe even scientifically proven advice,
Dude, that's so good. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, yeah. Well, yeah, you have, and like other people have told me, like
For
I
sure.
haven't necessarily trained people, but I've worked out with people before, and some people in my family also tell me the same thing. But
No, it's
Yeah.
so good. And it's like, but also we've talked about just the future and what things could look like. And we talked about guides and programs and, that help, we did something, March 1st, we wanted to launch like a 3-month program to help people.
Yeah.
Just things that we've learned, right? Because, we've learned about the importance of obviously nutrition. It's to meet some of these goals, like you see me struggle when I'm eating. And
Joe, finish your food.
I have to finish my food. And
He's
it's
like, bro,
like
I can't.
the amount of
So
food
much
we have
food.
to eat to see the results and the growth that we want to see, like the amount of protein, but I feel like we've also learned, right? Like we've learned how to get to a place where we're eating a lot of protein and we only need like 2 meals, fasting,
A lot of trial and error too.
a lot of trial and error. Some of the recipes, the one that I always feel like was an error is the chicken crusted
Oh, that
pizza.
was gross. That was gross. So imagine Joe's like, dude, I have an idea.
Wait, but because we love pizza.
We do love pizza, but he was like, listen, pizza and a lot of protein. The way you do it is that it's not bread, chicken. It's a chicken pizza.
Chicken
So he came
crusted
up
pizza.
with the idea that like what would be the breading of a pizza
Yeah.
was actually just blended chicken.
And then
So I was like, bro, let's do it. That sounds amazing. And dude, you took one bite of it. I think it was gross. I think it's because you can't get out of your mind that it's not bread.
Yeah.
It's not bread. But
Yeah.
you think it is and you want it to be.
Yeah.
You want it to taste like, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's chicken. And so a lot of protein, in there definitely helped us get our protein goal that day, but
Yeah.
gross.
That's so gross. But you know what? Van sent me a recipe that I really want to try for a pizza.
Is it the same thing though? 'Cause
It's not the same thing. It's a different type of bread.
Is it? Oh, so it's actually bread.
It's like a sort of, yeah.
But bread.
It's an alternative to but he sent me the recipe and I was like, I want to try. And so,
Yeah, let's do it.
So we'll try it. But so food, nutrition, rest, the importance of sleep, like things like
Yeah.
that, the importance of how much water we're consuming,
Yeah.
So we put that all in the plan. Because those are, and we call them, the fundamentals, because they are the foundation of, getting to a place. And sometimes the reality is it's hard to do them all at once, like overnight I'm gonna start getting my rest in. Overnight I'm gonna start drinking all the water. Overnight I'm gonna start eating this way. And it's like it doesn't happen like that. It takes time. And so, but that's really cool. And so I'm excited to see some of those plans roll out. You know, as you continue to learn and think about ways to help people.
It's a lot of reading. So I'm like halfway through it. It's just a lot of reading. And but like you said, there's it's great. The things that you're reading about and the studies and the journals and the articles done. There's really a lot of misconceptions out there in the fitness world. Things that people think are good for you or that are trendy, but they're actually really bad for you. So yeah, in this podcast, we'll talk a lot about little stuff in there. But I think it's gonna be good. And like you said, like I just been thinking a lot about like people, you know, if I were to train people, like who that would be cool to train. I think of like very structured and very disciplined routines. I think of like the most successful CEOs. Like I love to hear podcasts too about like the way they live their lives and man, they're up at 4:30 in the morning every day. They're getting a workout in. Guys, it heated up again. We got to wrap this up. All right. So anyway, I was just talking about personal training. And I was just thinking the future people to train. Like training pastors and stuff, like that'd be cool. Training like worship leaders and all that. I don't know. I just feel like the people that you know, outside of like people in secular spaces, like CEOs and you know, just people in high management, like you need to take care of yourself, not just, you know, for yourself, but because you know, you're leading a lot of people. And so even for people that aren't in positions of leadership like that, like they should be taking care of themselves, but it'd be cool to you know, kind of target those people. And I've just been around church my whole life, and so I feel like, and I know how heavy it is to, you know, to pastor and to, you know, to lead ministries and to lead people in a spiritual way. So that could take a toll on you physically, and so I don't know. I just feel like they need the most attention to caring for themselves, really. And so I just know a lot of people don't know how. So. It was really my heart behind having that certification and being able to use it if I could pick a niche or a group of people. But I don't know. It's going to be fun. I don't know. I'm going to have to start working at a gym.
I know.
You know, do it online or something. But
we've talked about like even just dreaming, right? Because we've been dreaming a lot just about just the future. And it's not like a year from now, 2 years from now. This is like 5-10 years from now. But even just like having a place where, you know, I mean, this is the start. We've always dreamed about a home gym and talked about a home gym. And like when we're married and our wives and our families and kids and all that, we want to have a home gym. And even in those places, or even like a warehouse gym type, like there's been a lot of people that have influenced or like really, you know, really stirred that desire and passion up. But one of the things that we've talked about is like having somewhere where like pastors maybe for like a weekend come and retreat, you know.
That'd be cool.
Having a facility where we have a gym where there's like, where there's training development, but also areas of fitness, practical stuff that they can learn. Leaders, you know, that to come and like learn. And because sometimes it's just how do I get started? You know, I think in so many areas of our lives, that's what limits us. We're either afraid, we're insecure, or we don't know how to get started. And that applies to so many things, you know. And I feel like the gym can be intimidating for someone who doesn't know how to get started. And it doesn't have to be, but again, it is. I see it now just a core thing in my life. You know, like I'm never gonna go back to what it was before. You know, like, and it's funny because you know I'll see memes about like, you know, staying locked in because now it's out there on social. You know, or like, who knew that when you get started, this is now a rest of your life thing. But it's kind of like it is, you know, in the mornings when I wake up and I don't work out, it feels off. You know, on the weekends, sure, that's kind of like our rest time that we've taken.
Yeah,
right?
but it's dedicated rest time.
Yeah, it's dedicated rest time. But like when I don't work out in the morning, it feels off. You know,
your day is incomplete.
Yeah, and so I think that's something that's really cool, and I'm grateful for that because I rather feel that than feel like, oh yeah, I can go months, weeks, days, you know, days, months, weeks. I should have gone the other way around without working out, you know? And so that's something that's really cool and I'm excited for. And I don't know what that looks like, but just praying for that and like when the time comes, like, really excited. But, we've talked about here, in between sets, the podcast, like, we're going to have friends, we're going to have pastors.
Yeah, we're gonna have some guests.
Yeah, we're gonna have some guests.
We don't want it to be just us. I mean, it'll be just us.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, but we have a lot of friends and people that we want to.
People who've been on the fitness journey, health journey.
Yeah.
And like,
I feel like
we've had conversations about because I feel like we all have lessons that we've learned that can help people. We're gonna talk about things like consistency, just more about like what we've seen God do in our lives, and so just really excited and expectant. I'm praying for this. We're in it in a lot of ways, just being obedient and just trusting God and like what He's going to do, and then and surrendering that, like saying like, all right, we're going to do this because we know that you've been doing this in our lives, and let's pray that this helps and encourages people. Anyone in whatever part of their health journey that they were part of, whatever part of their faith journey that they were part of. So help us, pray for us. As we continue to have these conversations, and like as we continue to have people be a part of that.
Yeah. We also have our IG account and TikTok and all that. We post just kind of like random reels on there, mainly just workouts. And Joe freaked out the other day about that Spider-Man trailer that dropped. That was a funny clip.
I was such a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah. We could talk about Marvel. We can have a whole episode about Marvel in here.
A whole episode, yes.
The movies that are coming out, they're going to be so good.
So
anyway.
Good. But yeah, follow the accounts.
Yes.
Stay connected in that way. And like Fernando said, DM us. We want to hear from you. And it'll just be a lot of random stuff there. But you'll also see clips of this podcast on there, and so we're excited. So, this has been In Between Sets, episode 1. Thank you so much for listening. If you have stayed this long, all the way through,
jeez,
thank you.
You're amazing.
You're a real one.
I don't know why, but thank you so much. If we know you, and when we see you, we'll hug you. If we don't know you, thank you. Thank you. We love you.
Yes.
Subscribe. That feels weird to say. I've seen so many people do that.
True. But comment, and subscribe. Those things do help the channel. Don't do that. Chill. But do those things because obviously they do help. Do help us and help get this message out there to more people.
Joe will probably design like a lower third or something to put on right now. That's where you can follow us.
Yes.
Anyway, we love you.
Yes.
Hopefully, very soon you'll see episode 2.
Yeah.
And here on way more. We love you.
Yeah. See you.